Far out in the Pacific Ocean, so remote that the nearest inhabited land lies thousands of kilometers away, there is a small volcanic island. It's called Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, located nearly 3,700 kilometers west of South America, isolated by nothing but open water. It is one of the most remote places on Earth. And yet, something extraordinary was built here. Hundreds of massive stone figures, carved from volcanic rock, standing along the coastline, facing inland, as if they're watching over something that no longer exists. These are the Moai, and they are not random. They were created by a society that once thrived on this island, organized, capable, innovative. Because shaping stone like this is only part of the story. The real question is, how did they move them? Some of these statues weigh over 80 tons, and they were transported across uneven terrain, without metal tools, without wheels. One theory suggests they used wooden logs, rolling each statue forward step by step. Another suggests something even stranger, that they were made to walk, rocked side to side in a carefully controlled motion. Whichever method is true, it required coordination, planning, a shared effort. In other words, a system. And for a long time, that system worked. The population increased, construction continued, the statues became more numerous and more ambitious. But the island itself never changed. It remained small, limited, closed. There were no external resources, no trade routes bringing supplies. Everything depended on what was already there. And over time, that began to matter. Trees were cut down, land was cleared, resources were consumed faster than they could recover. At first, nothing seemed wrong. The statues still stood, the system still functioned, life went on. But beneath the surface, things were shifting. Without trees, transport became harder. Fishing became less efficient, food became less predictable, and the system that once supported everything started to lose stability. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but gradually, piece by piece, until one day it reached a limit. And when it did, there was no single moment of collapse, no defining event, just absence, fewer people, less activity, less structure, until the system itself could no longer continue. The population declined, the society fragmented, and eventually the people were gone. What remained were the statues, not as monuments to success, but as evidence of something else, a process, a pattern. Because this wasn't a sudden disaster, it wasn't caused by invasion or a single mistake. It was the result of a system pushed beyond what it could sustain. And what makes this even more striking is that no one there was trying to fail. They were solving problems, improving their system, adapting to their needs. Each decision made sense at the time, but together those decisions created something else, a path that was difficult to reverse, a system that could only move forward, even when it shouldn't. And that idea is not unique to the past, because today we build systems too, larger ones, more connected ones, more dependent ones. We rely on them, we trust them, we organize our lives around them. But as they grow, they also become harder to fully understand, harder to step away from, and more vulnerable than they appear. So the question isn't just what happened on Easter Island, it's whether we're following a similar path. And if we are, what happens when we reach the same kind of limit? If this made you think there's more to explore, you can subscribe for more.